Kirk Cousins. Let's start with Kirk Cousins. The rumors are flying around Atlanta. They're flying that Kirk Cousins will be released / cut before the March 10th date to save them $10 million. So, Mark, we know Kirk Cousins signed a $180 million deal this offseason with the Atlanta Falcons. They colluded to get him down in there. They cheated the system. He was benched last week for Michael Penix Jr. So far this season, he does have 3,500 yards passing, 18 touchdowns to 16 interceptions, 7 in the last 3 games alone. He did break 300 yards passing 4 times this season, including a 500-yard game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He has also been sacked 26 times so far this season. He's been sacked at least 1 time every game this season. So, Mark, when we look at Kirk Cousins, fact or crap, will there be a market out there for Kirk Cousins if he is cut by the Falcons?
Unfortunately, I'm going to say fact because there are needy quarterback teams out there. I'm not sure who would want him at this point. Maybe Cleveland. Who knows what they're going to do with Deshaun? There is some teams out there that could probably use him that don't have one, that maybe not be in the spot to draft a guy. Who knows? I feel like that, and plus I think that he's got a really good agent, so his agent will find him somewhere to go. But it's like you were saying, like we were talking earlier about injuries. Like some players come back from injury and they excel, and some come back and they don't. And I feel like his Achilles injury has really hurt him, and he has not been the same quarterback since. Your mic's off, Buck.
Yeah, much like Aaron Rodgers, maybe Kirk Cousins tried to come back a little too quickly, right? Maybe the full range of motion wasn't quite there. Hell, I had my shoulder operated when I was 25, 26, and I come back 9 weeks after that, after tearing a bicep, tricep, and rotator cuff, thinking, "Oh, I'm the man, right? I'm ready to like go." My range of motion was not there at all. It just, medicine is out there because hey, this is trial and error. It takes a year for you to get it back a 100%. That's just a simple fact of the matter. And what, like you were saying, Mark, I think this is a fact. I think that there will be a market out there for Kirk Cousins because there will be a team out there looking for a Russell Wilson type of contract, right? Kirk Cousins just got paid $180 million guaranteed money. Guaranteed money. He doesn't need money. But there will be a team there are teams out there that are willing to make that need a quarterback for a season or two to develop a young guy like what Kirk Cousins has done with Michael Penix Jr. in Atlanta. Depending on how Michael Penix Jr. does the next three games will be determined. But there will be teams out there. The New York Giants are looking for a quarterback. The New York Jets are looking for a quarterback. The Carolina Panthers.
What about the Niners?
Possibly. They
don't want to pay Brock. They can sign Kirk. You never know, dude.
Right. But the most important team out there, the Las Vegas Raiders. He looks good in black. Mark. The Las Vegas Raiders might pay him $65 million to come down to Las Vegas and be their quarterback next season. So, guys, this is a 100%
What if they draft Shedeur? They're not going to want Kirk if they draft Shedeur. They're the number 1 pick right now.
Every quarterback in this year's draft, Mark, is a project quarterback. Name me one quarterback in this year's draft that can go to a bad team like the Raiders, the Jets, the Giants, the Carolina Panthers, that can instantly turn there and be the franchise guy. Not one guy in the NFL draft.
You don't think Shedeur is that guy?
I'm not saying he can be that guy. I'm saying right now he is not that guy. He is a project quarterback. It's going to take him time to adjust to the NFL game. He needs time to sit there and learn.
True.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
So,
but yeah, I could see them. But like I was saying, I think my gut feeling, dude, goes to the Niners because I think that I don't think the Niners are going to want to be able to are going to pay Brock if he doesn't and I heard that he wants to set the market. I'm sorry, dude. He's not that quarterback. He's one of those quarterback that he's successful if he has all this stuff, and that's the only way he's good. So I feel like the Niners they wanted Kirk Cousins back in the day. Why not bring him back on a cheap deal? Let him be the backup quarterback. Brock struggles, throw him in the game.
Yeah, I don't think you would bring Kirk Cousins to be your backup. I think you would bring him to be the starter next season. So, but I do think it is a fact. You think that it is a fact as well. But guys, in the comments below, fact or crap, if the Atlanta Falcons cut Kirk Cousins, will the market out there for him? And Laura Johnson, Mark, you do not know this, but Laura is the president of the fan club for Kirk Cousins. She has every Kirk Cousins, all 15 of them ever made out there, but she says Kirk Cousins is done. He is done. And then she also followed up to like and says, in her best in-sync impression, she says, Kirk Cousins needs to pack his bag and move out. Bye. What? Okay, Laura, slow it down. Slow it down, baby. And WBN says Fields fits ATL offense better, but Russ is a better passer. Y'all forget about Michael Penix Jr. Michael Penix Jr. is going to have the best career out of all those quarterbacks drafted this season. Better than Jane Daniels, better than Caleb Williams, better than Drake May. Michael Penix Jr. will be the guy in Atlanta, guys. So slow it down. Slow it down.
Okay, as we talk about this, Buck, I'm looking at all the teams in the NFL. I was thinking, what possible team could Kirky go to? Okay, there's maybe Tennessee. There's not much Cleveland, if depending on Deshaun's whole thing. Like you said, the Raiders, the Jets, maybe whatever they decide with Rodgers. Like, there's not many options out there, but there are options.
There are options, but the Browns can't. The Browns are living off ramen noodles for the next 8 years, so they cannot afford anybody at this particular time. But John says it is a fact. There will be a market out there for Kirk Cousins. Wouldn't this be something, Mark? Let's just throw this little monkey wrench out there. Let's say Sam Darnold gets signed by the Atlanta Falcons. Okay. The Atlanta Falcons collude again this offseason, bring in Sam Darnold, bring him down, sign him for, I don't know, $100 million deal for 3 years. You know, just a nice, modest deal. And then Kirk Cousins goes back to Minnesota. And then
that didn't happen, and they got Michael Penix, bro. They're not bringing in Darnold.
Maybe he struggles, right? Maybe he struggles. To be determined, right? But now it is. John's
definitely fact though. He's going somewhere.
Yeah. John said he is going to Vegas. He says Vegas, and then Ant says Vegas will be getting Shadur Sanders. Listen,
that's what I said.
Why are you guys so high on Shadur?
You know what I'm talking about.
If you listen to some draft people, right? I have been dabbling into this draft expert thing because I'm going down to the Senior Bowl down there in Mobile, Alabama in February, and then going to the Combine again this upcoming April, right? Shadur Sanders is the 5th or 6th quarterback in this year's draft, guys. I mean, of course, it would be the most Raider thing ever, right? To reach on a first-round pick, to reach on a quarterback that you could probably get in the 3rd round, but hey, let's jump him up to the 1st round. But if the Raiders draft Shadur Sanders,
needy teams.
I mean, let's just be honest. The Raiders are hoping to bring Coach Prime in with Shadur. They're like, hey, we will draft your son as long as you come too, right? Like, that's what it comes down to, right? That's what it comes down to. And Laura says, again, I am so thankful the Vikings dodged a bullet with Kirk Cousins. He's coming back to Minnesota, baby. He's coming back.
She would love that.
She would love that. And WBN says, oh, Kirk Cousins to the Colts.
Oh, I could see that one, dude.
Exactly.
I don't have no faith in Anthony Richardson. I could see that. They got a roster too, bro.
Yeah, well, it's speaking of project quarterbacks, Anthony Richardson should have sat the bench last season. He did not. They knew they drafted a project quarterback. He got hurt, week 3, week 4, whatever it was. Now he's a year back. Now he's been benched twice. It's just, it is. And Ant says Shadur will not be around in the 3rd round. Yes,
I agree.
You are correct. I was just making a generalized statement, but he is a 3rd round talent. But we always know quarterbacks always go, if you're a top 5 quarterback, right? You're probably going to go the top 12 of the draft. That's just the way it is.
Well, who's the top QB in the draft then, Buck?
Oh, Cam Ward from Miami, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
And if the Texas quarterback comes out, what's his name? Can't think of his name right
Quinn Ewers.
Yeah. Because it is rumored that he is going to stay in college to get NIL money from a school such as Ohio State. But if he goes into the draft, I think he will be a top 1 or 2 as well. So John says, can Dion still play corner? No, Dion only has 2 toes, so he cannot play corner anymore.
I was like, nope, he's not Dion no more.
He is not Dion. He has 2 toes. He has two toes. But speaking of 2 toes, David Montgomery